So I kind of want to show about my process on how I'm able to shoot black and white film while not having a lot of money. I will show some tricks that I use. Maybe most of them they maybe are not that smart, but it's just something I use. So I think everything starts with the film stock. You know, a roll of film can cost like anywhere from €5 to €20, something like this. I still have a couple of rolls of Delta 100. This has expired over 11 years ago, but it's still pretty good. I mean, it's just you can develop it just like it was new. Then I have some Orto 25, also expired around 10 years ago. Haven't shot any rolls of this yet. And then Superpan 200. I got about almost 20 rolls of film for free. It was some guy in like a Craigslist type of site. He didn't want to shoot the film himself because, you know, it was expired so long ago. Of course, this is not something that happens often. So the second best option is trying to go for cheap stocks like Fomapan. These rolls I got about 4 years ago, and they are bulk rolled in Poland. I got about 20 rolls back then, and I think I still have about 7-8 rolls left. So Fomapan is decent film. So when it comes to cameras, there are so many cheap options. The price of the cameras is not really an issue, I think. You can find, you know, point and shoot cameras, M42, SLRs, you know, rangefinders like this for less than €50 probably. And these are all pretty good cameras. What I shoot with is the FE2. Now I know what you're saying. This is not exactly a cheap camera or the lens, but I got this from my grandpa, and I think it's possible that a lot of your relatives might have these old film cameras laying around, and if you just tell them that you're shooting film, often they're happy to, you know, let go of their cameras. It's more a problem with finding cheap film, and also, of course, scanning and stuff like this is gonna cost you some money. Okay, let's say you shot your roll of film. I'm gonna show some things that you can save money on. I don't know if you should save money on these things, but what I do. So if you shoot your film with a camera like a point and shoot, when you rewind the film, the leader will go back inside the roll, and that's gonna be a bit of a problem because we are poor and we're not gonna buy the film retrieval tool. In this case, what I usually do is this all will happen in the dark. I put like a knife inside the roll in the dark, and just, you know, once it's open, I just, you know, you can just twist it open, and you will find the end of the roll, this part. And in the dark, if you have scissors or something, you just do like this, and you drop this on the floor or something. You need a tank. This video has no script, and you can probably tell. I got my tank for free, together with some other developing equipment. This was also on that same site I got this film from. Why am I struggling so hard? Okay. I mean, this is not going to be a developing tutorial or anything. I will just show you some tips and tricks and ways to save some money. You do like this. Once it's past the bearings, you can just start doing this. It's not going the best, but once you're finished here, you can cut the film in the dark again, the scissors, and finish doing this. Put your reel on the spool. That's it. And once you've done this part, it's light proof, and you can turn on the lights again. I got my Patterson tank for free, but it didn't come with the lid. But you don't need the lid. You can I only use this stick, and then just after like 1 minute I do the thing. I use Rodinal. This again came from the same guy who gave me these rolls of film. This is very much expired R09 one shot, which is Rodinal, I think. So it's expired like 10 years ago, but it still works fine. But I would recommend buying like one of those half liter bottles of just the normal Rodinal. Maybe don't go for anything expired when it comes to the chemicals. This is the fixture I use. I recently made this 1 liter of fixture. I know it's not a light proof or light sealed bottle, but it's in my sauna, and my sauna is dark like 99% of the day, so I think it's fine. So you have your film in the tank, you make your developer, I usually do 1+25 dilution because I'm just lazy and I don't want to wait 15 minutes or 20 minutes. Once it's finished, you can open the lid and hopefully you have pictures. Now what? You have to try it. Once again, I use tape. I taped one end to the ceiling like this, and then just put some kind of weight in the bottom so it stays like straight. The film stays straight. I also tape some film canister or something to the bottom of the negative, so hoping it stays like straight. So that's kind of how I also again save some money. I just put a piece of tape on this part and just put it in the ceiling. I will show you my scanning rig next. Okay, so the film is developed. I have this film holder. I have 35mm and 120 size. I put a 5-frame piece of negative. Then I have this light table, which is not the brightest, but it works so far. And then I have this old phone box, whatever, and I use it to raise the film from the light a bit. So I place it like this, and then I have my camera here to take the picture. For film scanning, I use my Samsung NX1 together with a Canon FD 100mm f2 and with some extension tubes. With the FD lenses, this lever needs to be all the way to the right in order to change the aperture while it's mounted. So I put this little piece of plastic which allows me to change the aperture. I focus the lens at f2 and then I stop it down to like f7 or something, f7.1. These are not like the cheapest things you can get for film scanning, but you could do the same thing pretty much for way less money. Like for the camera you can buy a Sony A3000, which is 20 megapixels, it's APS-C size, Sony E mount, and then you can get like a 50mm macro lens, like vintage macro lens, and you can do the same thing as I do and the quality will be perfectly fine. Sony A5000 also a good choice. Anything like that, anything with RAW, probably mirrorless is probably what you want, so you can use the vintage lenses, and you can also do the like focus peaking or magnify to focus on the grain of the film. I try to save money whenever I can because I don't make a lot of money. So this was the video about how I'm able to shoot film while, you know, not having a lot of money. Of course you need a tripod like this. This is a vintage Manfrotto, like a video tripod, which is not ideal, but it will do the job. Yeah, you need a tripod and some kind of light table. Previously I used like a cheap like Android tablet, which worked fine, but I think the point is you need to be able to raise the negative away from the display, which is why I have this old, you know, phone box. So that's everything. Hope you enjoyed the video and see you on the next one.